So we're here today at the Sutherland Boling Cemetery near Fallsville, and we're here today to talk about Lize Sutherland, or Lize as he was commonly known. Lize was born in September of 1874 in Laurel County, Kentucky, but by 1893 he was in Newton County when he married for the first time. And Lize lived here near Fallsville with his family, and he came to my attention the first time because in March 1st, 1905, there was a dance over near Red Star, not far from here. And during that dance, there was an attack made upon the fiddle player. And originally a man named Lee Newman was arrested for murder because the fiddle player was mortally wounded. He was stabbed in the neck, and he bled to death trying to get home. Well, it came out when it went to court that Lize Sutherland was the young man who actually came up behind the fiddle player's name was Marion Lewis and stabbed him in the throat, which severed his jugular vein. So it went to court. Lize was given 19 years. He appealed the Arkansas Supreme Court. They threw out the trial, gave him a second trial, gave him 6 years. The Supreme Court reduced it to 5. He spent less than a year and then was paroled the next year by Governor Xenophon Pendle, and that was his real name. So he came back to Fallsville, raised his kids, he had a daughter, and years later he came to my attention again, weirdly enough, because he had a brother-in-law named Jim Boling. Jim was in prison for murder. Fallsville was kind of a rough old place. And so when Jim got out, he came to see Lize, and they were visiting, drinking. Well, they got in an argument. Well, Jim walks off and just leaves the premises, goes to a neighbor's house, starts visiting with them. Well, Lize follows him with an automatic shotgun. People try to intervene, so don't go up there and mess with Jim. Well, he showed up, they met each other at the horse lot, and Jim took a yoke, like you would yoke a horse with to work, or a mule or something, and beat Lize to death with it, fractured his skull, and it killed him. And that was November 25th, 1933. So it's kind of weird that he had somebody that had been convicted of murder that ended up being murdered. And there's a strange old family legend about this, that he was wearing a pair of boots when he was murdered, and his widow gave those boots to his brother Johnny. His brother Johnny was murdered about a year later, a little less than a year later, and he was wearing the same boots when he was murdered. And another strange aside is when I marked the grave of Marion Lewis, the aforementioned fiddle player that was murdered, I actually marked Marion's grave and I marked Lize's grave the same day. It was strange how that worked out.